All right, War 9. We're going up against XK9 today. So I have this Ibom here on path 7, and I know it's a trap. He has 4 other defenders set back in section 2. One of them is a Domino on AOE and Kinetic. So I know he's placed without willpower, because I've seen this set up many times before. Nobody can get a willpower check, or if you do, you have to wait a long time for somebody to reach another one of his champs. It makes assigning a lot more difficult if you have to exclude someone from moving until someone else reaches one of his champs in S2. So he dropped without willpower because most likely they knew that a Warlock was going to be assigned to these fights to try and manage the power of Domino on Aspect of Evolution and Ibom on Conflictor here. So my strategy for this was to just hit him as much as possible and make this fight as short as possible. So I did a mastery change and I put max suicides on. I put max inequity in case he built up a bunch of poisons or I had armor breaks or bleeds from my heavies on him. I put an invuln boost on, and calculating it out, if he was willing to throw specials in the natural flow of the fight, I was fine with it, but I wasn't going to mess around trying to bait one out, because at any point he could trigger a poison on himself, which would trigger Conflictor, and that could potentially push him to the next level of special, and I spent all that time not doing any damage. So I wasn't going to mess around with that, and I knew that I could take 1 special 3 from him, but not more than 1, because the acid burn damage would end up killing me if I took 2. Now, I do end up getting lucky in that fight. After the special 3, when I have an acid burn on me, he's supposed to be unblockable for all of his attacks, but I had 3 infections on him from Warlock. So that reduced his offensive ability accuracy by 90%. And so it didn't end up triggering when he came in and I was able to parry him after the special 3. So here I have Longshot on Vivified. And I don't want to push this guy to a special 3. His special 3 stuns, so I figured it would be a waste of an invuln boost. So instead, I went for a Power Start 1 boost, because I can get to my special 2 quick. I can launch it, deal a lot of damage, and try and end this fight quick without having to worry about building to 2 bars of power right off the bat. I have power back boosts on, and I've changed my masteries. I took suicides off for this fight, so that is the second mastery change of my war. So I'm going to bait special 1s or 2s. I would prefer to bait his special 1, but if I have to push him to a special 2, I'm fine with it, because I'm not going to let him get Pure of Heart, so it's really not going to matter. His specials don't hit that hard when he doesn't have it, and he ends up going down. I did get hit by a special 1, but it really didn't hurt me that much. And then next up here, I have Penny on Powersnack. I've taken this fight a bunch with Spidey, with Cap. It's a little bit different here with Spidey. I am going to end up messing up a little bit in this fight, but you could also say that it was advanced tactical sync shield removal. So I'm going to drop her sync shield, and after I drop it, I'm going to bait out a special from her. After she throws her special, I'm going to go in, I'm going to hit her, but instead of going straight into my special 2 like I should have, I end up backing off. And then I throw my special 2, and in the middle of it, her sync shield comes back, and she auto-blocks the last half of it, and I end up getting tagged. Doesn't really do too much. She's pretty much dead at that point. But I definitely stopped paying attention to the sync shield, so I did not notice that it was going to come back, and that was a mistake I made in this fight. Now right there, I'm not sure why I didn't go back in to just launch it, but right here, I'm going to throw it. It comes back mid-special. She auto-blocks it a bunch. She hits me twice. Even if she hit me 5 times, it wouldn't have killed me. It would have chunked me for a lot more, but, I mean, it's really not that big of a deal. I had 5 potions that were going to expire in like a day and 18 hours in my bin, so I wouldn't have been able to use them next war. And I end up using exactly 5 potions this war. So, was it a mistake to get hit in Longshot fight, and the Ibom fight, and the Penny fight, or was it intentional? You decide. So she's going to go down here as soon as I push her past a bar of power. And then I'm going to have this Dragonman. I'm going to be sticking on path 7 the entire way. Now, this Dragonman fight, I was not worried about at all. I don't have to worry about Spite. I can control his power from the right back at it, or rise to power. Rise to power, not right back at it. Rise to power. I can control that because of my Wither debuff and exhaustions, and I can even control his power charge. So all in all, he's really not going to get that much power in this fight, and he's going to go down really easily. This is like a perfect, ideal fight for a Spidey. And then after this fight, I'm going to move up to Domino, but I'm definitely going to take my time getting myself in the right headspace for that fight, just like I did for the Ibom fight. And I'm going to do a 3rd mastery change before the Domino fight. I'm going to put max suicides back on. I'm going to put max glass cannon, max assassin, and I don't think I put willpower on because I didn't need it. I think I put max petrify so that when she's stunned and I'm hitting her, she's going to gain 30% less power. I knew she didn't have willpower because it's the same summoner as the Ibom. So my strategy for this one was try like hell to bait special 1s and 2s. I want to throw my special 3 only, because my special 2, while it will deal a lot of damage, it's not going to power drain her at all. And as Aspect of Evolution keeps building, it's going to get to a point where I know she's going to get lucky every single time she fills a bar of power. And I really didn't want to throw my special 2, potentially have her go lucky in the middle of it. I really didn't know if she'd be able to evade in the middle of a special. I have no idea. I didn't think she would, but this wasn't one of those times where I wanted to find out the hard way. And I was definitely freaking out about this fight, so I'm going to play it by the book. I'm not going to go for anything crazy. I'm just going to stick to what I can control. And I am going to hit her when she's lucky at times for spacing reasons, because I really don't want to get backed up into a corner. That's how you lose your invul and end up dying. And I'm just paying attention to when she's lucky. If she evades, I back off. I don't go for anything crazy. I only want to throw my special 3 when she's not lucky. Right there. It was sweet that she dropped her special 2, and then I go into the special 3 headbanging stance. So I'm going to drop this. It's going to power drain her. At this point, Aspect of Evolution has pretty much gotten out of hand. She's getting lucky every single time she crosses a bar of power, or a power threshold, if you would. And my hits are no longer critting. So I'm dealing very little damage, and I see that. So the last thing I want to do at this point in the fight is try and just go for it to finish it, because I know that that will end badly for me. And I know that that's when you make mistakes. When you see that light at the end of the tunnel and you just go for it, that's when mistakes happen. So I keep my patience, and I just stick with what I know. And then I drop my special 2 there while she wasn't lucky, and it ends up finishing her. Even though the entire thing didn't crit, I'm just happy that it did enough damage to be able to finish her up there. Because I really hated that fight. I hated the Ibom fight. I hated that fight. I was mad about them. I knew that they were going to be a trap, and I'm glad that I got through them successfully. So now I have switched suicides back off for the 4th mastery change of this war. It's probably been about 400 units at this point. I think this might have been the most expensive war that I've ever played in. Unit-wise, that is. And probably boost-wise, too. I mean, I used a boatload of gray boosts here. So this Skrull has Rich Get Richer, and I'm just going to reverse the power that he gets from having buffs. I noticed that my Wither was about to fall off here, so I wanted to start and build to my special 2. And I want to get to that before it falls off, because if it does drop off, I'm going to be in a little bit of trouble. So I get to my special 2, I drop it there, and now I'm back in the fight. My first wither has fallen off, but I have the second one, and things are going good. He's about to go down here. Just have to take that falter off me. So I hit his block to do that, and then I back off, and then he goes down, finished with 100% health. Very clean, very good fight. And now next up, I have my best friend here, Mangog, on 54. This is an R4 Mangog, but it doesn't matter, because I have an R4 Spidey, and I'm not going to let this dude get too much power. Now, in the past, I would have probably played this a little bit better than I do today. This wasn't the most tactical Mangog fight I've had. Normally, I would try not to let him even get to a bar of power, but I think he's only going to throw a total of 2 specials before I completely lock his power down, and it's a little bit longer than it normally would be. I think my fastest one was 54 seconds, 55 seconds, I don't know, somewhere in the 50s. This is going to end up being like a minute and 15, minute and 20, but it's going to be very clean. I'm going to finish with 100% health. I was still very happy with the fight. I don't have to worry about Mystic, the defense tactic. The Spidey can't get buffs, so it's pretty much just a Mangog, and I have his power locked down now, so the node no longer matters. I'm pretty much just waiting for him to die here. And down he goes. And that was it for my war. So we ended up losing this one, 157 to 156. This war was ours to lose. We had the lead by a lot, getting close to the end of the map, and we just couldn't close it out. So our battle groups ended up tying each other, and I think this is going to knock us out of the podium race for the season. So we're going to end up finishing top 10 in Masters. I don't think it's possible for us to finish second or third like it would have been if we had won this war. But that's all she wrote. Thank you very much for watching.